All right, let's dive into something pretty significant happening in Canada. We're talking about the 30th anniversary of officially celebrating Black History Month coming up in 2026. A brand new theme was just announced, and we're going to break down exactly what it means.
So you hear 30 years, and you might think, okay, that's a nice anniversary. But what does it really represent? It's so much more than just a number on a calendar. And the government just gave us a really powerful theme that helps us unpack that.
Okay, first things first, let's get right to the theme itself. This was just officially announced on January 7th, 2026.
And here it is, 30 years of Black History Month, honoring Black brilliance across generations, from nation builders to tomorrow's visionaries. Whew, that's a mouthful, but every word is important. This isn't just some generic tagline. It's a very specific nod to 3 decades of official recognition, and it's making a powerful statement about the incredible, ongoing legacy of Black Canadians.
This idea is really driven home by the Honorable Marc Miller. He said, "The stories of Black communities are woven into the very fabric of Canada's history." So you see, this anniversary isn't just about looking back. It's about doubling down on a promise, a commitment to equity and inclusion for the future.
What I think is so brilliant about this theme is how it captures the two sides of Black History Month. It's a time for celebration, absolutely, but it's also a time for some serious reflection. It's about honoring how far we've come while being honest about the work we still have to do.
So on one hand, yeah, it's about honoring brilliance. We're celebrating the leadership, the incredible creativity, the innovation, and just the sheer resilience of Black communities. But at the very same time, it's a moment to reflect on some hard truths. The painful history, the systemic barriers that are still very real, and the shared responsibility that all of us have to stand up to anti-Black racism.
And MP Braden Clark gives us some really important context here. He reminds us that African Nova Scotian communities have been central to this story for over 400 years. It's such a crucial point, right? The official celebration might be turning 30, but the history it honors goes back centuries.
Okay, so an announcement like this is great, but how do you make sure it's not just talk? Well, this is where it gets really interesting, because it's translating into actual tangible support for projects on the ground. This is investment in action. Get this, along with the theme, the government also announced more than $280,000 in new funding, and that's specifically for 9 community-led projects in the Atlantic region, all designed to bring Black History Month to life.
So where is that cash going? Well, you can see it right here. We're talking about direct investments into grassroots organizations across 4 provinces. You've got Prudence Sank in Nova Scotia, the Black Cultural Society of PEI, and others. This money is all about empowering local initiatives, right where the work is being done.
And you can really feel the human impact of that funding. George Mabalu from the Africa Festival of Arts and Culture Society puts it perfectly. He says, "By taking the Black History Month message to our schools, AFACS is sowing the seeds of a fair and just society." I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Investing in the next generation.
So, how does this one announcement fit into the grand scheme of things? Well, it's not just happening in a vacuum. You have to see it as one piece of a much larger puzzle, Canada's long-term national anti-racism strategy.
And when you zoom out, you can see a clear pattern of federal commitment taking shape. It really started building steam back in 2018, when Canada recognized the UN's International Decade for People of African Descent. And since then, we've seen major funding boosts in recent budgets. These are not random events. They're all connected, deliberate steps.
And hey, the numbers don't lie. They really tell a story here. The funding for anti-racism initiatives shot up from $85 million in the 2022 budget to over $273 million in the 2024 budget. That is a massive jump, and it shows a serious financial commitment to back these strategies up with actual dollars.
So what is this anti-racism strategy anyway? Well, in a nutshell, it's the government's game plan. It's focused on 3 key things: getting resources to community projects, making sure everyone can fully participate in the economy, and raising awareness to fight racism and hate. The goal here is to build tangible support for a more inclusive Canada.
Okay, so we've looked at the theme, the funding, the national strategy. But what does this all mean for you and me? What's the takeaway here? What's the call to action?
Ultimately, it's a call for all of us to get involved. It's an open invitation to learn more, to celebrate the incredible diversity of Black communities, to reflect on our history, and, maybe most importantly, to really step up and take on that shared responsibility to address anti-Black racism and to honor excellence right in our own backyards.
And this brings us right back to the heart of the theme. As we honor these 30 years of history, the real question it's asking is about the future.
It's asking, how will we, individually and as a country, champion tomorrow's visionaries? It's a challenge for sure, and it's asking us to move from just thinking about things to actually doing something.